So as you guys probably know, I like my challenges. Build a house without placing a block. Build a house with no mistakes. Build yourself having a life. Wait, I didn't make that last one as it was impossible. Today, we're going to keep up with the weird challenges and build a house without using any blocks. You're now thinking, Joel, that is impossible. How will you do that? Well, instead of using blocks, I will be using decorative items. But what classifies as a block and what as an item? Well, a block is something that looks the same on all sides or can look like a block. For example, a chest isn't a block as it stands out here, whereas stairs are a block as they blend in. With that in mind, let's see what we have to work with. So I've done a little lineup here for all the items I can use to build this house, and oh dear, there's not many options. And a lot of them have some problems. For example, the anvil can't be used for anything where it can fall. So roofs, no. Other ones like chests, you have to leave a space every 2 blocks. And a lot of the other blocks will just leave massive spaces or look just stupid when you stack them on top of each other. So I think the only real option for a wall is the cauldron, which yes, leaves that little gap, but they float and you can stack them on top of each other pretty easily. So let's see how complicated of a house we can build using these things and see if we can actually make it look good. I can tell you already, it's gonna be interesting. So I'm going to use the cauldrons as the main block. I'm going to use some chests on the side here for a bit of a look. There's not really many blocks here I could use for the floor. Do these? No, they don't stack. There's not many blocks here that I can use for the floor. I'm thinking anvils for the floor. How would that look? You don't fall down. And I guess you could do like a crisscross pattern? It does look quite hideous though, as you can see the dirt underneath. So I'm not a fan of that. I want something that covers up the entire floor. Cacti wouldn't work because you can't place them next to you whichever one, and also if you stand on it you will just die eventually. Maybe trapdoors? This could work. Can you put doors on top of trapdoors? The question no one's ever asked before, and the answer is no, you can't. This just happens. So I'll have to leave that first bit of just grass. This is a massive pain to place. Okay, it's gonna work with the trapdoors. It just looks hideous underneath because of the dirt. We could maybe change that by placing beds underneath. How does that look from the top? Rubbish, but better. Wait, I've just realized, can you place anything on these trapdoors? Oh, you can. Cool. So you can have like your chests and your furnace and stuff. It feels kind of pointless putting window spaces in, as there's just loads of little windows throughout the place. But I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to try and pretend that these are real blocks. Not sure why, but I decided to build quite a complicated house. Probably not the wisest thing I've ever done. And yes, it is going to have 2 stories. Because I'm a fool. A mad, mad fool. So not an overly complicated shape, but quite complicated seeing as I'm using cauldrons as the main block. To be fair, it's not the worst pattern in the world. But things like this, just to make you appreciate the ugly blocks, like cobblestone. Can you set cauldron blocks with World Edit? Ah, you can. Nice. That makes things a bit easier. How am I going to do a staircase up to the next floor? I might have to think about this quite carefully. Are there any blocks here that I could make a staircase out of? Gosh. These daylight sensors are kind of slab-like. But I'd have to use another block with it. None of them whatsoever match. We'll get to that when we get to it. The floor under the floor is in. Now we just have to place these trapdoors, which are a pain because you have to hold shift while you place them, otherwise this happens. I think I may have found a flaw by using trapdoors as the floor. Say your chest is there, you go to open your chest, you misclick, and you fall through. I guess you can bounce back up again. Or can you? Can you fly out? No, you get stuck. So if you get stuck down here, in survival mode, you can't get out. That is quite a big flaw. But oh well. The ground floor is complete. There we go. I'm going to use an acacia door for the entrance because it's got the holes in it, which kind of matches everything else. I have no idea still what we're going to do for the roof, but we should probably figure it out now. Which item would work on the roof? How would these work? But we don't really have any other options. What about these? It's just hole after hole after hole and looks terrible. Everything's going to have a hole in it, but I think the enchanting table might actually be the way to go because of the books. And it'd be quite funny to see all the books moving on the roof as well, so I'm going to do that. They are annoying to place though, as you have to hold shift whilst placing them. How about for the accent on the houses, we have the dragon heads. It kind of looks like there's some weird book dragons. I'm gonna do that. That looks funny. But also not terrible. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Let's keep doing it. On the inside, it looks so bad. I've built some weird things recently, but this has to be up there. Okay, it's official. This place is not looking good. What have I done? Oh my gosh. The dragon heads look so stupid. What if I had a full roof of dragon heads? No, there's too many. We've already got enough dragon heads. We don't need any more. Oh, it looks so weird. There's just so many holes inside. And also, it's kind of trippy walking along the floor with the red and white going in and out of focus. I could probably use fences for windows. Except they don't touch the edges, which is so annoying. So it just looks terrible. Pretty sure glass panes would be the same. Yeah, horrible. That looks... Ugh, doesn't look great. Wait, I've got an idea. Yes, beautiful. Bit different to how we normally have it. And for some windowsills, oh yeah, thing of beauty. Let's add a few of these around. This actually looks just awful. Oh dear. Well, I would say it's coming together, but this just looks so bad. What have I done? Oh, the doors don't even open properly. There we go. Okay, now I have to work on staircases and actually make them work. Let's do a bit of experimenting. Maybe with chests, because I think they're the only thing that might be high enough. Would this work? It does. How about these? Would this work? Oh, okay. We can make a very interesting staircase. For the second floor, we have our staircase here, which works like a staircase. However, I kind of want to do something a bit weird, and that is use anvils for the second floor, which I know I said wouldn't work, but we're going to use trapdoors to lock them up there. Let's see if this works. Yes. Okay. So it's going to be one of the weirder things ever. And did I think placing it on the lower floor was a pain? This is even worse. I should really stop using trapdoors. They're just so annoying. Okay, the trapdoors are down. Let's add some anvils in here. The problem is, I think if you open one of the trapdoors, does it fall? No, it doesn't. Okay, that's good. If you accidentally click it, it doesn't even fall. Genius. I would advise not doing this in survival mode, by the way, as you'd be wasting a lot of iron for a very ineffective product. But there it is, our anvil floor. It makes me feel a bit uneasy walking on like the center bit here. It just looks like a safety hazard. Like you're just gonna fall and trip. This is possibly one of the ugliest things I've ever seen. But it works. Look, staircase and then a second floor. If you ever break any tools or anything and need to fix them, you got a whole blooming floor made out of anvils. And if you're ever having a sleepover with your 150 friends, there's plenty of beds downstairs. Do torches place on these cauldrons? They don't. Sweet. How am I going to light this place up? Oh, they place on the floor. That'll have to do. Can't light up the ceilings though, as it won't place on any of this. Ah, well, and there's nowhere to light up here because you can't place them on anvils or on cauldrons. Cool. I guess we could make some makeshift torches. Oh my gosh, I thought that was going to be hanging off the wall. It's just going to be floating there, isn't it? Yeah. There's a torch on top of there. And then we can just have these around upstairs. Light up the upstairs area. Oh, we can put it on top of the fences as well. Trying to find something to use for the windows, and there's just nothing. How about some brewing stands? Yes. Perfect. Just what I wanted. Honestly, the best things I can actually find right now to use for windows. You can see through them, and they look better than fences. Looking good. You can't place beds on top of anvils. What's that all about? Oh, you can't place them on top of trapdoors either. I think I know what I could do. You can make them float, which means then I can place the anvils back in underneath. Put some chests on the side of this bed. A painting. What the heck? Lovely. A big painting on this wall. Very nice. I'm going to use some regular blocks for decorating the inside, otherwise it's just going to be quite bare. And I want to make it look like a livable house. I don't think any of the roof has level 30 enchanting, so I'm going to put one in here instead. A nice windowsill here with a flower pot on top of it. Ah, you can't place flower pots on top of there. Can you place flower pots on top of fences? No. Man, I place flower pots on top of any of these blocks. Doesn't look like it. Just have the flower pot on the floor then. Trying to use as many decorative blocks that I can. Oh, I could have used end rods to light this place up. Looking through my items, there's not much really more I can add. So this is the masterpiece of a house with its enchanted table roof. Beautiful decor on the outside. Oh, that's annoying me. Why is that one chest the wrong way around? Let's change that. There we go. Inside, completely hideous, but unusual and different. And that's what we're aiming for. Not really. I wanted to make it look as normal as possible, and I've not achieved that. Upstairs, very plain with its anvil floor, but it's got a bed, and that's important. Now I know what you're thinking. Joel, what would it look like if it was black and white? Well, it'd look like this. And Joel, what if you made the colours all weird? What would it look like then? Well, it would look like this. Okay, Joel, what would it look like if there was a massive alien spaceship flying down to it and it started exploding and stuff? Well, you're not going to find out because I don't know how to edit that in, okay? I'm only one person. But if you wanted to know what it looked like all blurry, then here you go, because I'm the man for you. But there you have it, guys. That's going to be it for this video as we celebrate with my chest pom-poms. Thank you so much for watching. If you've got any other challenges you'd like me to take on, then let me know in those comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.